Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Alright, so today I know I look crazy, guys. I know I look hip. My hair looking crazy too, but it's okay. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, but along with story time. So I know some guys that are watching, you're like, I don't do makeup. Click. And no, I'm going to be telling a story while I do my makeup so everyone can enjoy. So a lot of people have been asking me of how did I meet ScarLo. So it's a short story. Very simple. We actually met at work and we had gone to the interview on the same day. Same day. Crazy. We did not see each other at all that day. And then at work, they were actually only going to hire one person. But me and ScarLo, I guess we brought something so dynamic and energetic that day that they could not decide between us, and they ended up hiring both of us, which was pretty awesome. Then we met for the first time in training while we were getting trained to start our new job. Again, we started the new job on the same day as well. So while we were getting training, we also realized that we had the same last name. Crazy. Now, this was before I was married. So we had the same last name, and it's like right off the bat, we knew there was a connection. We knew that we were going to get along just great. And literally right after that, I mean, it didn't even take us long to become best friends, to be honest. Because we were just, when we're together, we are a bunch of goofballs. And every day, like, there was never a dull moment. It's always fun and laughs with us, which is awesome. And it's funny because she always talks about how when we had just been there, it was only a month that we had been working there. And we had gotten the job in March. So it was already April 1st to be exact. And of course, that's April Fool's Day, which is one of my favorite holidays. You know, you guys haven't really been able to see me full action on my pranks. So that day, I decided to prank everyone at the office. Now, again, I had only been working there for a month, so it's pretty wild, but I didn't care. So, and they were little pranks, you know, obviously nothing that I can get fired over there because I was still under probation, 90-day probation. Is that what it's called? So yes, so it was only a month then in, and I did, you know, innocent little pranks where I stuck sticky notes under everyone's mouse in the office. Now, I was very determined. I went a whole hour early into the office just to set everything up. So I stuck sticky notes under everyone's mouse so that when they start, you know, messing around with the computer, they thought something was wrong with their mouse. And of course, they didn't think to look under the mouse to see what was blocking it. So that was a little prank. Then I also made sure I lowered everyone's chair. Something so simple yet so annoying because, you know, when you have your chair set up a certain way, certain height, when you sit down and you think you already, you know, you're already used to the height that you usually have your chair. So everyone who went to sit down, you could just hear the gunk because I had lowered it. And I don't know why everybody already knew it was me. I could hear everyone, Jalixa! Yeah, it was pretty funny. Another thing I did, I remember I went into the director's office and I put rubber bands all over his phone. I mean, all over the phone. So when the phone started, and he's a director, so he gets a lot of calls throughout the day. So when the phone started ringing, he couldn't get those rubber bands off in time. So he would miss the calls. Oh man, good times. I almost took away all the toilet paper from the bathroom. But then I thought to myself, okay, maybe that might be a little too much. And again, I was still fairly new, so I don't want to jeopardize my job at that point. What else did I do? Oh my goodness, I wish I was live right now, but I just realized that I don't know, for some reason I'm not able to go live on my phone, only on my computer. I don't know why, because I already reached the required 1,000 subscribers. So YouTube, let me know what's going on. I can't go live on my phone. I don't know why. But I would have loved to do like a live story time, makeup time, tutorial thing. That would have been awesome. But anyways, back to my story. So I did a couple of those pranks. I also had Christmas wrap. Now, this wasn't around Christmas time. This is still April Fool's. But I went ahead and I picked on one of my coworkers and I Christmas wrapped her whole like cubicle. Like her chair, her keyboard, her mouse, her monitor, her desk. I mean, I even put it on the cubicle itself. So that was pretty funny to see her reaction when she walked in the office and everything was Christmas wrapped. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so that was how we met. Me and ScarLo, and we hit it off like just right off the bat. Amazing. And another funny thing in regards to my pranks. Now, I did one of my proudest pranks. I'll tell you what my biggest, proudest moments in the pranking world was. So my maid of honor, she's like my little sister. I love her. This was at the time that she was still in high school. So this was a while back. So she was still in high school, and I decided to make this prank. Again, one of the best pranks I could, because the best pranks take a lot of patience, take a lot of time. So what I did is I took the time and spreaded my days, waited until she came out of school. Now, she used to take the bus. So she would take the bus and I would wait for her to come home from school. Oh, that's too dark. I don't like that color. Sorry. So I would wait for her to come back out of the school bus, and I actually had her dad take a couple of pictures of her as she's coming out of the bus from really far away. I mean, like creepy status far away, and zoomed in where it's like a little blurry. So I had her dad work with me to take these shots. And now this was throughout like couple weeks, couple months. So we had a good amount of pictures of her getting out of the bus, different clothing every day. It was great. And then I had also, after I got all those pictures that I needed, I went ahead and I got them printed. And I put them all in like an orange folder, like a manila folder. No, like a little portfolio looking one. So the prank was on. So I waited because there was a situation where she didn't like to be left alone at the house. I mean, even though, she was in high school, but she lived like across the woods, so it would get a little creepy at night. And I remember there was a car accident. There was a car accident in front of her house, and the two guys got out of the car and they started just like yelling at each other, and like, oh, F you, F you, whose fault was it? And I remember my friend had been looking through the window, and as she's looking through the window, she realized that one of the men was looking back at her. So that freaked her out. And when I say freaked her out, she could not stop talking about it for weeks, saying, like, that guy saw me through the window. He knows I saw him. Like, he's gonna go after me, because she ended up having to call the cops because they did not leave her yard. They were like literally in her yard. So she called the cops to get these guys out of her yard. And she couldn't get over the fact that the guy had looked at her through the window. So this is when I decided to do the prank. So sorry, I had to kind of rewind, give you a backstory, and now we're back. So I decided to make her think that this guy had been following her since that event. And I put the pictures in the folder, and then I took different magazines and I cut out different letters to form the sentence, "You saw me through the window. I see you every day." Oh my God, that was genius. And I put that inside the folder, like a letter to her, like like a killer did it or something. So next thing you know, and I knew she would freak out so much that she would like run to her parents. And I told her dad so he could be in on it, to the point that I told him to call me once she opens it, as if he's calling the cops. So she gets home, April Fool's. She's always the one to get the mail when she gets off the bus. So she goes and gets the mail, and she sees the folder with her name on it, and there's no return address. So, she's like, okay, somebody drove here to my mailbox, dropped this off, and left. So that made it even better. So she goes and sees the folder. She sees that it has her name on it, and she opens it. Now she starts freaking out. It was, with the creepy, like, cut and paste letters, with a message, you saw me through the window, I see you every night or every day. And she automatically, literally just started bawling her eyes, like crying in fear. She ran to her dad, just like I thought she would, to tell her, like, oh my God, I knew it. He saw me, look. And then it was, she just kept seeing pictures of herself. So she was really, really freaking out. So her dad goes along with it. He was like, oh my God, we have to call the cops. Give me the phone, da da da. And like, he really acted it all out. So then he calls me instead of the cops. And I'm pretending to be the cops. So it was to the point that I was like, put her on the phone. So he puts her on the phone, and I'm like trying to change my voice. And I'm like, what's your name? Give me, like, what time did this happen? And I'm just asking questions in like a different voice. And she's just so freaking, she could not even speak. That's how much she was panicking. She couldn't even form a sentence. And then I honestly couldn't even hide it anymore. I just started cracking up. And once I started cracking up, she knew it was me. She could tell it was me. So needless to say, it took her a while to be able to talk to me again, because she was so upset. But it was hilarious. I think it was worth it. So that was definitely, I think, one of my best pranks. And it's always the ones that, require a lot of patience, because that took months to set up. So I loved it. Now I've done pranks that I don't even know how people have fallen for it. So another one that I've done was tell everyone that I had a premature whale in my closet. I cracked myself up because I still can't believe that people believed me. Like, how in the world? So I told everybody I had a premature whale in my closet, and I led this story. This is another story that took a lot of patience. And I started telling the story, I would say, in February. And I said, my dad bought me the whale, and it was, premature. We had gone to like Mystic Aquarium or something. And there was a premature whale who was in danger of, dying, because preemie whales can't be in a tank too big. I'm just literally just making things up on the spot at this moment. I said, so they were looking for someone to buy the whale. So my dad bought the whale. Then people over here now, people are asking me questions like, oh my God, what does the whale eat? And I said, dolphin meat. Again, like, I don't even think whales eat dolphin. So I'm just continuing to lie about this preemie whale that I so-called have in my closet. And they're like, but where do you get the dolphin meat from? And I said, they sell it at Walmart in the freezer section. I don't know how people were believing this. I still, and these aren't kids believing me. These are grown adults and their parents believing me. This is crazy. This story, I believe I was in high school. So come on, we're like 17 years old. You shouldn't be believing that someone has a premature will in their closet. So needless to say, it's getting to April. The weather's starting to get warmer, and I had a pool in the backyard. So I tell everybody, oh my goodness, and mind you, my birthday is on April 10th. So I was like, guys, I'm going to have an early birthday party at my house, April Fool's Day. Come over, and good news, the preemie whale, I transferred it to the pool in the backyard. So now these people, even more of a reason, they're like, oh my God, I gotta go to Jalixa's house. I want to see that whale she's been talking about for months. So they all come, and their parents. I mean, I had my friend's parents come just to see this whale. So they come, and their parents come, and the pool hadn't even been opened yet because, yeah, it was starting to get warm out, but it wasn't that warm to be jumping in no pool. So it had the cover, the little winter cover. And they came, and they're like, oh my God, we want to see the whale. Like, why is the pool covered? I'm like, well, since it's starting to grow and stuff, it's very sensitive to the light since it's been in the closet for so many months. So I have it covered, but don't worry, I'll show everybody once everyone gets here so that I don't expose the sunlight to the whale too much. So I just want to do it in one shot. So everyone's like anticipating this moment where I uncover the pool to show everyone the whale. And so the moment came, I uncovered it. Obviously, there was nothing. And everybody just stared at me like so confused. Some were so angry. And then I obviously, said, April Fools, everybody. I don't got no whale. I don't got no preemie whale. I don't know how people believe me to begin with. This is insane. I can't make this stuff up. So again, that was another situation. And one of those people that believed me was my husband. But at the time, we like barely knew each other. We had just met like a couple months prior. So he actually believed me. Hilarious. So, and talking about my husband, I have made a couple more pranks to him and about him. I remember there was a time that I told my brother that he was driving to, now this is fast forwarding to college. Me, my brother, and my husband, which my boyfriend at the time, we went to the same university. So I told him that he was driving to class one day, and all of a sudden, a raccoon hit his windshield. I said the raccoon hit his windshield, and my husband started freaking out, started panicking, and was like, ah. So he turned on the wipers, and it was the summer. Again, not summer, it was spring because it was April. It was hot, so he had the windows down. So when that happened, he turned on the wipers. And now the raccoon flies out the windshield inside of the car. So now I'm saying all of this, and my brother's highly concerned. He was like, oh my God, is he okay? And I said, no. I mean, he panicked because now the raccoon was inside of his car, that he ended up getting into a car accident and he hit a truck. Before I could even say April Fools, my brother had already spreaded the rumors to my other cousins. And now I'm getting phone calls like, oh my God, is he okay? Oh, like, where is he? Is he at the hospital? And I could not believe how fast my lie of the raccoon had spread. So I, again, told everybody April Fools. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, this isn't the first prank I pull on you guys. Why are you still believing me? Are you not checking your calendars at this point? You should know it's April Fools. Don't believe anything I say. But they still do. Lord Jesus. Another prank. I know, I have many. So, my dad listens to the Spanish radio station. He doesn't really speak much English. My whole family, I mean, our first language is Spanish. So all, the older people, like my parents, my aunts, my grandmas, they don't really speak English. So he listens to the Spanish station, right? And in the Spanish station, there's always like a game where if you say a certain word fast, the word is la mega se pega. If you say that fast, like, I think it's like 10, you have 10 seconds to say it as fast as you can. La mega se pega, la mega se pega, la mega se pega. I can't do it. And then every time you say it, you get $100 for every time you say the word within 10 seconds. So that was like, at the time, I don't even think they do that anymore. But at the time, that was huge. They did it all the time. So I go and I tell my dad, oh my God, like, I did it. I called the station and I said it, and I got, I was like, I got $1,300, $1,300. It's like, oh my God, congratulations, and da da da. And it was like, and then I go and I continue the lie. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. And I say, not only that, but I got into my car and I found a bag of money in my glove compartment. And it was in a brown paper bag. And he's like, well, how did it get there? I was like, honestly, I left my door unlocked while I was at the university. And I think somebody must have came in my car, confused it with their car, and left like a whole bag of money. And then my dad's like, well, how much is in there? And I said, I opened it and I'm like, I don't know. It's just bundles of cash with rubber bands. I don't know. And now my dad is just like, go straight home. Don't stop anywhere. Put the bag inside the house. So instead of my dad saying, go to the police station, that could be drug money, he's like, no, go straight home. We need that money and you got to run away fast before someone sees you. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go home. So he's like, don't worry, I'm about to go on my lunch break soon. I'm going to drive home. So now I'm getting my dad out of his job just to go home to get this guap of cash. And I'm like holding myself in. So I'm like, oh snap, now I got to set this up because he's about to get home. So what I do is I then go home. Luckily, I actually have paper bags at the house. So I go and I take Monopoly money. And I stuff it in the bag. Horrible. I stuff it in the bag. And I crumble it up. I mean, I kept crumbling it up like, that bag had been there for a while. And then I just put it in the counter. Maybe like 5 minutes later is when my dad arrives. And he's just like, oh my God, where's that money? I left it in the counter. I don't know what to do. And I'm pretending to freak out. Guys, I forgot to put foundation. Now I got this dark bronzer mark on my forehead. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. I barely ever put foundation. I really don't put foundation, which is why I forgot. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. Maybe if I blend this in, you can't tell. Sorry, people. I know this is supposed to be like a good tutorial, and it's not, because I'm not even saying the products or anything. I'm just saying my stories. But anyways, going back to my story. So he gets home and he's quickly wanting to see the cash and everything. And he's like sweating at this point. I mean, the guy is nervous. And so he goes straight, opens the bag, and there's just silence. I thought I was about to get hit. I thought I was about to get whooped. And I haven't gotten whooped in a very long time. And I thought I was about to get whooped because he was so mad. Like, he did not even find it funny. I'm like, April Fools. He didn't find it funny. He's like, you got me coming out of work just for one of your little pranks, your little jokes. This ain't funny. You've gone too far. Da 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 da. I mean, I couldn't hear the end of it, but I thought it was hilarious. So that was really funny. Talking about whoopings. I don't know how, you guys grew up. But when I grew up, there was no such thing as a timeout. That did not exist, guys. The only thing that existed for me was either a belt or the chancleta, which is like, in English, that's like a flip-flop or a sandal, a shoe. We would get spanked with that. But the belt was like the scariest thing for me. Because my dad used to get the belt and he used to just be like, when I heard that, I knew it was over. But you know what? I didn't really think that. I mean, now, like, I don't even think that was really abuse. I know a lot of people got their own opinions, and this could be pretty, what's that word? I don't know if this is like a contradicting, conversation, or I can't even remember my words right now. But my personal opinion, I don't think that's abuse. I mean, obviously it becomes abuse like if the child is like bleeding. I mean, you're hitting him in the face or something. I ain't get hit in the face. I got hit in my behind, a whooping. And I got hit with the belt, the shoe. I got hit with a yardstick once. My goodness. Let me know how you were corrected as a child, because I am very curious to know, because I know this day and age, this generation is like, oh, don't whip your kids because blah 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 blah. I don't know, but everyone has their own opinion. So I would like to know how you grew up and what happened to you as a child. What else, guys? I'm almost done. I'm about to just put on my lipstick and then I'm done. So, and then I'll let my hair out because I know I look crazy. By the way, this is Lip Sense. If you haven't tried it, you have to try this. This is amazing. I can't get over it. You'll see why it's amazing. I'll show you. Anyways, guys, so what's another story I could talk about? Oh, I love this color. I could talk about my first date. My first date with my husband. It was not the best date, guys. It was not. He took me to hold on 1 second. I like to line my lips first before I fill it in. So he took me to hibachi because I love Japanese. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the decorations. I mean, I love everything. So he takes me to, hold on 1 second, guys. He takes me to hibachi. And what I didn't know is that when my husband gets nervous, he throws up. So he takes me, we eat, he goes and then drives me home. Now, this is supposed to be the moment where we have our first kiss. He takes me home and I'm waiting. On the way home, we couldn't even get to my house. On the way home, he had to pull over and puke. I mean, what a first impression. Luckily, when I say I married my best friend, I really did. We have been best friends before we even started liking each other. I mean, he didn't think I was attractive. I didn't think he was attractive. And then just years later, we just connected. So I think that was his only saving grace, because we had already been past that awkward stage of trying to be, look good in front of each other. Like at this point, we were already farting next to each other, and it was no biggie. I know that's gross. I know. But it's the reality, is the truth. We did it. And if anything, that was love. That was love, because it didn't even gross us out. So he ends up throwing up. And needless to say, we did not have our first kiss that night, because I was like, pause. Maybe we try this again another time. So he then decides to take me out on a second date. But where did we go? We ended up going to dinner again. And of course, he was a ball of nerves again. So because he was nervous, he ends up throwing up a second time. Now, this is a second date. So maybe we're going to have our first kiss? No. It happened again. So that was just, it was just not happening. And I'm like, maybe for the third day, we don't go to dinner so that you don't throw up. And that's exactly what happened, though. So that was funny. That's my first date with him, which wasn't great. But look at where we are now. Now we're married. Maybe one day you guys will meet him. He is one that really doesn't like to be in front of the camera. And I'm the crazy one. Oh my God, guys, this is the best part about this lipstick. And if anyone you know might be interested, I'm going to drop a link, because I have a friend, my friend Dinelia. She sells these lipsticks called Lip Sense, and I'm going to show you why it's so amazing. Look at this. That's the gloss. No smudge. This is kiss proof. My husband loves it when I wear this, because if I don't, he don't even want to give me a kiss, because I don't want to get my lipstick on me. So yeah, smudge proof. Amazing. Let me see if I have something white that I could like show you guys. Paper. Look, nothing. Oh my God. Smudge proof. Amazing. Lip Sense. I will drop a link below if anyone is interested in purchasing one of those. So this was makeup with Jalixa. Oh, I gotta put my hair down. Hold up. All right, this is me with my hair down. I decided to curl it this time. I mean, this is my natural hair. It's naturally curly. And I honestly, I just did not have time to straighten it. So I'm leaving it natural as is. So yeah, so this is my look for the day. Let me know. Let me know. Comment below anything else you would like for me to post, to see. I'm going to start doing gaming. Would you prefer seeing me like doing like streaming gaming, or do you prefer me just posting me playing my video games? I don't know. Is that something you guys are even interested in? Let me know. Comment below. And other than that, have a fabulous day, guys. Bye-bye now.